go after your dreams and believe that they actually come true, because ICTP for me was really a dream come true, and I'm so grateful that I got to live that dream. Hello, good day and welcome to my channel. I'm Tolu, and on this channel I share lessons that I've learned, lessons that I'm learning, resources and encouragement that I believe may be beneficial to other young women out there. I'm happy to have you here today. Today's video will be a continuation of my last video where I talked about my experience as a diploma student at the Salam International Center for Theoretical Physics. So if you haven't watched that video, you might want to watch it before coming to watch this one, or you can also just watch this one first and then go back to watch that one. Whatever you do, make sure you watch both of them. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm so happy to have you here. Enjoy the video. I heard from ICTP and I passed the first stage and was to move to the second stage, which is the interview stage. I was quite nervous because I had done an interview previously and I did not do so well. So I really did not know how to prepare for the interview, because there isn't so much there isn't because there isn't so much you can do in the space of like 2 weeks to prepare for an interview that is to be based on your entire 4 year bachelor's degree. So I just brushed up a bit on my third year university notes and just tried to refresh my memory about it to prepare. And then the interview came and went. It was good. It was actually okay. It was much better than my BMS interview. So I was a bit more hopeful. And then I heard from them and I got the position. I was so excited. After getting the position, I started to make preparations to travel. I was 20 years then and I was so excited. It was the first time I would leave my parents' house to live elsewhere, and I was very excited. You can imagine how excited I was, right? And I was also excited I was getting to live my dream. So we applied for the visa. The visa was even at no cost to me. I think for ICTP students, I don't know if it happens in every country, but in Nigeria for ICTP students, the visa application is free for us. So we did not even pay for the visa, and then they paid for my ticket and sent it to me. So the only like cost was the only cost to my parents in during the process was flight to Lagos, and then also for like things I bought to travel with. But it wasn't as cost intensive as I always thought that these things were. And that really told me a lot about the power of information. If I never knew these things, I would have just been thinking that they were very far fetched and like we needed to have a lot of money to apply for these things, or like I needed to have a lot of experience and so on. But it wasn't the case at all. It was a lot of work to apply, but it was just like work on my part, submitting documents, writing essays, requesting for recommendation letters, and also work on my recommenders part. But it was so far from how complicated and cost intensive I thought it would be. So I got to travel. Okay, I also had to write an email to the school that I was waiting to complete my youth service, because at the ICTP the diploma was program was starting on I think September 11th, but I was going to finish my youth service in October. So I wrote to them and asked if I could attend online for the first month and then join later on. And they accepted and told me yes, I could join online, and they changed my flight date. And so no, I think then they had not even booked my ticket. So they booked my ticket for October, and I got to travel. It was a very nice experience for me. I was so happy. I was really so excited. Even thinking about it now gets me excited again because it was like seeing my dream come true, right? So I got to go. I prepared to travel. Also, there was some uncertainty during this time about being able to travel, because we were in the middle of, like, in the heat of the COVID pandemic, and restrictions were being updated and changing every now and then. So like a lot of things were not certain. But thankfully I was able to travel, and then I arrived in Italy on the 31st of October. There was also some delay because of the end SARS protests going on in Nigeria at that time. But thankfully, on the 31st of October 2021, I arrived in Venice, Italy, and then the ICTP booked a taxi to come to pick me up, and the taxi picked me up and dropped me at the guest house where we would be staying, where I would be quarantined. I was quarantined for 2 weeks. And then after that, I got to come out and meet with the other students, continued attending lectures, and got really involved in the activities. Although our lectures were online, even though we were all on site because of the COVID pandemic, they wanted to reduce interactions between us. But I really still had such a beautiful experience. I learned so much first from the program. The program itself for me was really a training ground. Like it was like what I really needed. I learned a lot of mathematics. There was a lot I did not know. It like really helped to build my foundation and to prepare me for further studies, for what it is that I am doing now. And I'm so thankful for the opportunity to have been part of that program. I enjoyed the coursework, even though it was very tasking, very quite difficult, but like I eventually got to understand what I was being taught, and it really made me so happy. I really learned a lot actually. I really learned a lot. That's like one um is it a clause, one sentence that really describes my experience at ICTP. I learned a lot. And then I also got to meet very wonderful people, very intelligent people from different places all over the world, and very nice people also. We celebrated one another's birthdays. I even got a surprise birthday organized for me. It was a very beautiful experience. Another aspect of the ICTP program that I really enjoyed were the colloquia. ICTP would invite very renowned scientists to come to give us talks, and I really enjoyed these sessions. We got to hear from field medalists, Nobel Prize laureates, and other well-known scientists. It was a very beautiful experience. And then there was also the ICTP Christian Fellowship, where it was like it's a fellowship for Christian students. That was like a source of spiritual encouragement and nourishment for me during my stay there. And they were also like family to me, and I'm really grateful that I got to meet them. It was such a beautiful time. I also got to um, grow spiritually, even though I was far away from my home church, and I'm so thankful to God for that. Another thing that ICTP was really helpful with was in securing graduate positions. The faculty was really helpful in helping to make sure that every one of us that wanted to get a master's position or a PhD position after the diploma program got to. The faculty was very helpful with providing information. They asked from time to time, checked up on us to see how the applications were going, whether we had been accepted. For those that were not accepted yet, they were eager to like really tell us about opportunities, give advice. It was like very helpful, and there was actually a lot of support from the faculty also in this area, and I'm thankful for that. They also helped with recommendation letters a lot. I can't imagine how many recommendation letters they actually wrote for students, but they were very, very helpful in this stage. It was during my stay at ICTP that I applied to the Berlin Mathematical School, where I'm currently studying, and I'll be talking more about how my stay here so far has been, how the application process was, and what the BMS is about, as much as I know, in the next video. So please watch the next video. Thank you. So that was my experience at ICTP. You might not be a mathematician, or you might not be interested in going to ICTP, but I really hope that this video encourages you and inspires you and motivates you to go after what it is that you desire, go after your dreams, and believe that they actually come true, because ICTP for me was really a dream come true, and I'm so grateful that I got to live that dream. So don't be discouraged and seek information about it. Sometimes like the process is not as difficult or as tedious as you might think. All you might need is just a little more information. So be open to learning what it is that you need to learn, and be open to opportunities also, and commit your ways into God's hands. And I trust that it will help you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe, like, and share with a friend that you think might be blessed by this video also. Thank you so much. Bye.